Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and really excited for this one. It's been a long time coming. The new expansions for Skytear Horde have finally arrived, and that means it's time for an updated playthrough and a sort of updated review with some thoughts at the end. Let's get right to it. And a disclaimer that I got a review copy of the original set as well as the new Monoliths content. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our podcast for reviews and design discussions, or come and say hi and join the conversation on our Discord. So if you haven't seen my original play of Skytear Horde, this is sort of like a MOBA game turned into a card game with sort of Magic the Gathering-ish vibes. You have your own deck of cards. I'm using the new blue deck, just the core set, although you can do deck construction. And I'll be summoning units, these allies with the cost up here in the upper left. I'll be putting attachments on them, putting out towers and things. And the units will go into these lanes, which are these 6 spots here. And they'll be opposed by enemies that'll be popping up in the lanes. Coming from this deck here, I'm fighting against the Slitherer deck, which is one of the new ones in the Monoliths content. They're kind of in the middle, difficulty-wise, not the toughest, not the easiest. Although I'm playing against them on the level 4 out of 5 difficulty level, so I'm using stronger cards. They changed up the difficulty mode in this new release, so that instead of using a tougher portal that would summon more enemies, that's how it used to work, now you use tougher versions of the enemies, these colors down here. So I'm using all white, purple, and black, whereas at other difficulty levels I might use the simpler kind of like pale versions of these monsters, or not have some of the tougher ones. And they'll be coming into the lanes and trying to win by attacking my castle. It starts with 20 life, 10 plus 10. So when I get 10 damage, it'll flip to that side, and then if it goes all the way down to 0, I lose. But additionally, they'll be trying to pillage my deck if I leave these minion units alive who hang out in the back line, not in any of these rows, and don't engage them. They'll force me to discard cards every turn, and if my entire deck is discarded, I also lose. Those are kind of the basics. I'll walk through the details of the game in each round. Oh, and just to note that I am playing with the suggested outsider, kind of the final boss. This is how I win. I have to attack the portal, which is actually bringing the monsters out. I have to attack the stage 1 portal. Once I defeat that, the outsider will spawn. And then I can keep on attacking the portal if I want, or I can fight the outsider. Although, in the case of this one, Doomvines, the portal is the outsider. So basically, I'm just trying to kill the portal. But there are a ton of different outsiders, especially now that they have both sets you can combine together. So I could have a totally different boss to go with this deck and to kind of mix and match however you like. But yeah, I'm going with the suggested one. And with many of the new outsiders in the Monolith set, they have an ongoing power up here that applies even when they haven't spawned yet. Sometimes it'll be like during setup they'll do something, but in this case it says after the portal gains 1 or more damage, that's what the negative red symbol means, the castle gains 1 damage. So every time I hit the portal, I'm also going to get hurt as well. So I want to hit the portal hard with calculated, powerful strikes and not like a ton of little plinky damages. All right, so let's go into it. I'm getting 5 cards to start, and I get to mulligan some. Ooh, so I've got one of my heroes right off the bat. You'll see these little keywords here. Freyhel, you have 2 in each deck. She costs 2 mana. She has 1 attack and 1 defense. And then her special ability is whenever I remove damage from an ally or from the castle, whenever I heal somebody, which there is a lot of healing in this deck, she does 1 damage to a monster. She makes healing also hurt. And you'll see she has the ability to exhaust and remove 1 damage from an ally, so she can power her own ability. Pretty dang good. Probably want to keep her. For Leothin, this is a spell, which means you play it and then you discard it. It costs 0. And the Lightning Bolt means you can play it kind of during the enemy turn when you're about to fight, sort of. When the Treachery card has been revealed, you'll see what that means. You can pay X mana, and you summon that many troop tokens, and then every ally gains a temporary armor, which is pretty dang awesome. Troop tokens are new to the expansion. They are just 1/1 allies, so you can kind of use them to fill up your lanes if needed. We got the Spring Watch. Dang, they're expensive. 5 mana. And I play them. If they are my strongest ally, which means they have the highest attack value of anybody in play, then they get me 1 mana back. So they'll only cost 4, but of course I need to have 5 in the first place. Clan of the Icefish. I got a lot of allies. When I play them, I remove 1 damage from an ally and 1 damage from the castle. Ooh, that would combo well with Freyhel, wouldn't it? Because I think that's 2 instances, which will let her deal 2 damage to somebody. And then finally, an Errant Lord. When I play him, he's a 3/3. I summon a troop token with +1 temporary attack. This is a new iconography they use for some of the new cards. The white background means that it's temporary, so that's a temporary attack. The diamond, squares are armor, and then you'll see other effects which will have like darker icons can give permanent armor or permanent attack. All right, so Clan of the Icefish and Freyhel go well together. For Leothin is nice in a pinch to get 1 armor on all my units after I see what the enemy's about to do. These people are a little bit expensive. I think maybe I'd rather go for the Errant Lord, and let's redraw for this guy. We've got Rise again. Move up to 2 total damage from any of your allies. This is great with Freyhill again. And then summon 2 troop tokens with 1 temporary attack bonus each. Okay, so I got 2 spells, 3 allies. Not a bad start. Okay, so that was set up. Now let's get to the actual turn. So first we have the Horde phase, where we're going to gain mana to play cards. Then we're going to summon cards from the Horde. We're going to rotate the portal. And if there are any outsider cards, which is usually going to be the boss, then we'll summon that. But there won't be any of those for now. So the gaining mana and the summoning is all based on the current version of the portal. It starts in stage 1. If you attack it once, it goes to stage 2, then stage 3, and then eventually stage 4. And you do use a different version of this for cooperative. So for now, I'm getting this much mana, 4, and it has 6 life, by the way. And you're going to summon the number at the top of its current orientation, and then it rotates 90 degrees. So next round, it'll be 2. So that was 4 mana for me. There we go. And 1 card coming out. Let's see what we got. Hopefully nothing too nasty. Drop Fruit. So this is a spell, which means it's going to be discarded immediately after its effect instead of being like a monster that actually goes out. So it says play, summon 2 Roots tokens, and then each monster in the front line gains a temporary attack. The Treachery part is not paid attention to. That would happen during the Treachery phase later if we flip this card randomly. So this deck is all about Root tokens, which are 0/1, 0 attack, 1 life monsters. They are token monsters, which is important because the main way you draw cards in the game is by attacking monsters and defeating them. But token monsters don't do that, so this is not going to help my card drawing at all. They have the Taunt ability, which means basically they'll pull my people to fight them. Okay, so that said it was summoning 2 of these guys, and then it said it's giving every monster in the front line these 6 spaces, plus 1 temporary attack. So this round, these people are doing 1/1, which is great, I guess. Okay, but that's it for their drawing. And now we get to the Alliance phase where I can play cards and use exhaust abilities interchangeably, whichever order I want to do things. And what do I want to do? I could bring out the Errant Lord and their free troop to kill the Roots. And then they would probably get hurt by fighting the Roots, which would mean then Freyhel or the Clan of the Icefish would have somebody to heal. That seems to make sense. So sure, let's just use all of my mana, all 4 of it, to summon the Errant Lord. And you can summon units to any free lane, whereas the monsters will pretty much always come from left to right. So we'll put him there. And he summons a troop immediately with a +1 temporary attack. There we go. And I can give them armor if something crazy happens with 4 Leothings. I don't have to pay any mana to get troops. I could just give every ally 1 temporary armor. Armor, as you might imagine, blocks incoming damage. But first, let's see how things go. Now, it did say you can use exhaust abilities. The universal ones that everyone can do, you can exhaust an ally to move it to an empty space, or exhaust 2 allies to swap their position. So I could be like, bloop, and move them over to there. Oh, by the way, exhausting is pull them down into like this little like different slot to show they've been exhausted. Or I could exhaust both of them to swap. Not that I need to. And by the way, this is one of the biggest changes from the original release of the game. In the new Monolith rules, they have this. And this is, I think, a really good change. I'll discuss this more in my thoughts at the end of the video. But in the old game, you could just freely move them around to kind of like have the ideal placement of everybody. And it felt a lot less strategic. Now, having to actually exhaust them to move them to new spots really increases the strategy of the game. You can also exhaust an ally to engage a monster in the back line, which are these minions that I said will kind of mill through your deck and make you run out. But they only exist as monsters while they have health on them, which will generally be from spell effects. So right now, they don't have anything to be fought. And then finally, I can exhaust my castle and pay 1 mana to draw a card. Castles over here, I had 2 to choose from with this new blue deck. So this is one of the new castles in the new set. This is Baraf of Grialth. Those are words. Freyhel's castle. Oh, my healer. So I can exhaust it and pay 1 mana to summon an exhausted troop token, which means they would still be able to fight. They just couldn't move or do anything else. It's pretty nice, but I don't have any mana left. Or I can always exhaust any castle and pay a mana to draw a card. But again, I don't have any to spend that. But that is another new addition. Every castle has that ability, whether it's written or not. But yeah, here, no reason to exhaust anything. So let's just move on to the Treachery phase. We have to resolve a Treachery card, which means we flip the top card off of the deck. And we are looking for icons on the left or right here. If it's a lightning bolt, we're going to do something based on what it says here. If it's a sword, which is more common, or multiple swords, you apply that many temporary attack bonuses to the leftmost or rightmost unit, whichever side is shown. So in this case, it says, Treachery, summon a Roots token. So many friggin' Roots. Okay, so there's a Root there. Oh, and I should have said the taunt ability. At the end of the alliance phase, so before the treachery, before any of that stuff happens, for every unit with taunt, if they don't already have an ally engaged with them, they will summon the nearest ally looking left and right that is not engaged with a taunter. So, like if, I don't know, the troops were here with some other random unit, the taunter, the roots would have sucked them over here, and that unit could have freely attacked my castle. Because anytime a unit is unopposed when they attack, for the enemies, they attack my castle, and for me, I attack their portal, which gets closer to accelerating the game and getting the boss to spawn. All right, now after the treachery phase is when I can play anything that has a lightning bolt. So I could play for Leothan right now for no mana, just to give my troop and my errant lord 1 armor, which would cancel out the 1 damage coming from the roots. So these troops would be alive with 1 attack for next round. The errant lord wouldn't take any damage. But, I want to kind of bring out Freyhell and start healing people, so I'm not too worried about that. So then we go to the fight phase. We're going to resolve each lane from left to right. If any of the units in a given lane have fight abilities, first the enemy's fight abilities will resolve, and then mine, but here that's not the case. And then they just simultaneously deal their damage to each other. So the root is dealing 1 damage to the troop is dealing 2 damage to them. Everyone dies, and normally if I was killing a monster, I would get to draw a card, but it's a token monster, so no such luck. Okay, then the Errant Lord and the Roots attack each other. The Errant Lord is going to take a single point of damage, which is this broken heart icon, which means they now have 2 life left, but they destroy these Roots. And the last Roots attack for 0 attack, because they weren't there when that attack boost happened. So they're just hanging out, getting ready to taunt somebody next turn. Okay, again, near the end of the first round, and then you'll know pretty much all the rules. The pillage phase. If there were any monsters in the back line, they would pillage, and then minions would return to the back line. So if I had exhausted somebody to pull out one of these minions, if they actually had some life on them, they would have attacked, so they would not pillage, and then they would move back. But if I left them in the back line, they would pillage as many cards from my deck as their life value, which is their attack. Their attack is always equal to their life. So yeah, that would have been bad, but here we don't have any minions yet, so it's no big deal. All right, so going to round 2, I'm getting 4 mana again, and we're summoning 2 cards this time, but next turn will be 0, so that's some small comfort. Our first one is Mind Fungus. Oh god, with purple. So this is a harder card. Black is the hardest, purple is the next hardest, and then white is the weakest in the current deck I have. And this is annoying. Very few cards have this. Generally, it's the toughest ones, or in this case, annoying ones. I am losing 1 mana this turn because this guy came out. Well, thanks for nothing, buddy. All right, so this is an attachment. If there are no allies, reinforce 3, which means that we would summon a whole bunch of minions. Otherwise, attach Mind Fungus to the strongest ally without Horde attachments. It gains the effect, when it's destroyed, place this ally in the outsider pile. It's now a monster without abilities. So, the Errant Lord has a Mind Fungus, and whenever he dies, and now I don't want him to die, whenever he dies, he will go into the outsider pile to be spawned in the next round as a 3/3 enemy. That's lovely. Okay, what's our second card going to be? Spore Star. No mana this time. Okay, so this is a monster. When it's destroyed, distribute 4 permanent minus attack tokens amongst allies as evenly as possible. Then any ally that's affected by this effect that now has 0 or fewer attack is destroyed. That's great. Okay, they have 3 attack, only 1 life though, so the negative is of course their ability, but should be able to do something about that. All right, so not the nastiest enemies in the world, but also I don't love their effects that are here. All right, so that's it. I've got 3. Now the problem is, if I bring out like Freyhell just to heal the Errant Lord, she's only got 1 attack. The Spore Star is going to die. If I kill him, she's going to get hit by it. I kind of got to take care of that Spore Star, but try to have like a bunch of troops out. I could do like 4 Lothian and just get a whole bunch of troops just to tank the Spore Star's stuff. That would kind of work, wouldn't it? Well, if that's my plan, I might as well wait since it's a lightning bolt effect and see what the treachery is first. All right, so what do we got? It is just a +1 attack to the rightmost unit. See, that's the number of icons, and it's the rightmost unit, the roots. That's always a temporary attack, so we'll go away at the end of the round if they're still alive. Okay, but yeah, now I'm doing it. For Lothian! So I'm going to spend all my mana, all 3 of it, to summon 3 troop tokens, and then everyone in play gets a temporary armor token. Let's go boop, 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 I guess. And that's not going to matter very much, but everyone gets a temporary armor. Okay, now we're going to fighting. This guy and this guy attack each other. Oh, wait, this is not going to work out the way I thought it was, is it? Oh, I should have exhausted the Errant Lord and moved him to where the roots were, because, yeah, even if they had gotten an attack boost, I knew the armor would have been fine. Oh, well, it's okay. All right, so this fight happens. He does 3 damage to him, which even with the armor does defeat him, but he does 1 damage back to them, which defeats him, so we do get to draw a card for that. Another Errant Lord, nice. But now we got to distribute as evenly as possible 4 attack tokens, or negative attack tokens. There we go, the broken side. 1, 2, 3, and I can put it again on a troop, even though they have less than, that'll bring them down to -1 attack. And then everybody who's down to 0 attack, which is these guys, dies. But hey, you know who didn't die? My Errant Lord with the Mind Fungus, which is kind of what I wanted, right? Okay, now the Errant Lord does attack for 2, which means that their portal now only has 4 life before it breaks and we summon the boss. But because of the ongoing effect, whenever the portal takes damage, my castle does. That's 1 damage to my castle. And then the roots, with their temporary attack, do another damage since they're unopposed. Oh, wait, crud. Should I have done taunt? Oh, crud. Yeah, you know what? Actually, in fact, I would have been forced to taunt this guy over. I'm just realizing this before I played the 3 soldiers. So this would have worked out better. I would not have hit their portal at all. They would not have hit my castle. I would have killed this guy. Their 1 attack would have been blocked by the armor. So sorry, at the end of the alliance phase, before I had played the card to summon the troops, he would have taunted the nearest ally that wasn't engaged with the taunter. That would have worked out differently. Okay, cool. I actually like all that better. So I'm not in a hurry to break their portal yet. Okay, so roots are dead. The other guy's dead. He's weaker. You know, all good. All right, so interesting. Let's go to the next round. We're getting 4 mana again. And they are summoning nobody right now, but it is rotating, which means my Errant Lord is going to smack them. Not much I can do about it. There's not really anybody to pull out yet. I feel like I won't summon anybody. I can't go above 10 mana, but there's no need to do anything right now. I don't want to necessarily hit their portal more, because I'm not in a hurry to get to the boss spawning necessarily. Sure, let's just literally hang out. Now we do have to still do a treachery. Should I exhaust this guy to, like, move him? I guess he's fine. Okay, so this would have boosted somebody by 1 attack, but no one is there to be boosted. And then he is hitting the portal for 2, so it has 4 life left. But again, because of the ability, they hit my castle back for 1. All right, now we go up to 8 mana, and they're summoning 1 card. They're going to summon another card next turn. Maybe I want to kill it before it gets to the 2 turn. So here's the 1, Living Walls. Attach Living Walls to the portal, which gains +5 life. And after this gains 1 or more damage, summon 1 root token. That's just forever? That's just forever, y'all? Oh man, the boss is going to be the portal too? Okay, that's not great. I don't like that at all. And the +5 they gain cancel out the 2 damage I dealt, and now it's at 3. Or sorry, +3, so at 9. Yeah, there's a whole side of things you can't see on the screen, so there we go. All right, so yeah, now I need to actually summon some people. Should I get another Errant Lord out? I don't really want to use Freyhel yet, because I don't have anybody to actually hit with her power. So let's just summon another Errant Lord. We'll get him right here in the front lines. And then he summons a troop with +1 attack this turn. We're going to take a lot of Actually, are we doing too much? 3, 5, 7. No, they'll have 2 life left. That seems like a pretty good spot to be able to finish the portal next turn like I want to. Oh, but that's right. They're going to summon like root tokens over and over again. Huh. This is definitely going to be interesting. Oh, and this is long gone. And that should be a permanent negative attack. Sorry. I'm putting down the wrong tokens here. Okay, so they treachery again. It's a plus attack to nobody. Okay, let's bring these guys over. Errant Lord hits them for 3. They summon a root, and they hit my castle for 1. Troop hits them for 2, so they have 4 left. They summon a root. This is not great. And they hit my castle for 1. Errant Lord hits them for 2 more, so they have, again, 2 life left. They summon a root, and we hit my castle. Oh, I don't like it. A lot of this stuff going on. All right, and they lose their temporary attack bonus. We got a lot of roots here ready to taunt us, and they're still going to summon somebody. But hey, we get 4 more mana, and we're summoning 1 card, and next turn they're going to summon 2. So let's try to blow this thing up. What have we got? Another attachment. Okay. Oh, here we go. This is the first time we've had some actual minions. So when we play this, the Yetnar minions gain 3 life, which also gives them 3 attack. Here they are. So yeah, they have 3 attack. The new versions of the minions, the old ones used to have trample no matter what, which just means when they would attack somebody, all the extra damage would go through to the castle. Now they only have trample if they get 4 or more. And this pillager thing just reminds you that they pillage and they'll go back to the back line. And we aren't done. Ooh, they are charging left. Wow, hello. Now this means they go to the leftmost open lane. And then attach the Berserk mushrooms to the Yetnar minions, and they lose Pillager. Oh, interesting. So they'll actually just stay out as a 3/3 unit until they're killed. Although every time they take damage, they also lose 1 attack. So like if they went down to 1 life, they'd only have 1 attack as well. Which gives me an idea. I should bring out my healer, right? And start using her powers. Yeah, because I want to try to kill those guys. I need to kill all the roots. I really want to hit the portal for 2. I think I'm just going to let them hit me. And then I have a plan. So I'm going to summon Freyhel here for 2. And her healing ability and attacking ability is a lightning bolt, so I can just wait and see if anything weird happens. And then I'm going to use my Castle's inherent ability. Remember, I could draw a card for 1 mana, instead I'm going to summon a troop token that's exhausted. And I'm going to put it here and let them attack me. That's the plan. Do I want to move anybody else? Nah, I guess it's all okay. And I'll stop there because I have a lot of healing effects and I don't have things to heal yet. All right. Let's see what the treachery is. It's +1 attack to these roots. That's fine. Actually, I kind of want these guys to get hurt so I can use my healing bonus on it. All right, so taunting doesn't happen. Everyone that's taunting is covered. And okay, the roots are attacking the Errant Lord, but then getting killed. But again, that's no bonus for me and no cards. This troop is killing the roots. They don't actually get hurt at all. It's nice. And this guy's killing those roots with no negative. That's also nice. They are hitting me. Wait, they're not hitting me for 3. I forgot after the treachery. I'm going to use her ability to heal this guy and deal 1 damage to them, which means boop, boop. Now they are down to hitting me for only 2, so I'm at 14. But then this is not great. She's going to hit the portal for 1, and then he's going to hit the portal for 1. And I'm just killing my own castle here. Oh, and that's right. They're freaking summoning roots, too. Stupid card that I drew. But that does mean the portal is defeated. So what happens when this one is destroyed? They reinforce 2, and they place the outsider on the bottom of the outsider pile, which means Dune Vines is going to go hang out in what's called the outsider pile. And that gets summoned after all their cards for the turn are summoned. I'll show you that in a second. And Reinforce 2 means I look at the weakest minions and add +1 health tokens, and that means they have attack 2, to whichever one has the lowest life, but I keep on recalculating. And you can pick, but usually it doesn't matter much, so I'll add the first one to the Raudomil and the second one to the Zephyllite, and we're good. Okay, now this flips over. We're going to start getting 6 mana a turn. I mean, I'm actually going to waste 1. I have too much. But they're going to summon a lot more people. And yeah, we're not going to destroy this one because, as you'll see in a second, for this outsider, it's just going to become the boss. Okay, now we do have pillaging from those 2 minions that just got summoned. So we're going to discard 2 cards from the top of our deck. Was that one of my... That's one of my heroes. That sucks. I mean, there are cards that let you put things back into your deck, but that was bad luck. Oh, that's a good guy too. Okay, and then normally minions would return to the back line, but these guys lost their pillager trait, so they're just going to hang out there and keep fighting until we kill them and get rid of that card. And all right, did we kill a real monster this turn? No, I guess we didn't. So we still only have these 2 cards. But everyone's back to being unexhausted. We got a lot of units, and we'll see how this goes. So we're going to summon... we get 6 mana, but we waste 1 of it, sadly. We're going to summon 2 cards, and then we'll summon the boss in a second. So first, Shrub Maiden. That's a Roman numeral. That's not a number modifier. The actual modifiers will have -1 or +1. That's using the competitive mode, which I have never played and will never play. So she's a 0/4, but fight. The ally engaged with Shrub Maiden gains -1 permanent attack, and then if that ally has 0 or fewer attack, it is destroyed, and she taunts. You are not fun. Okay, and then second card, Spore Star. Oh, with his the weaker version, the white instead of purple version of the guy we had before. So he's a 2/1 instead of a 3/1, and when we kill him, we have to distribute 3 minus permanent attack tokens as evenly as possible, and he kills everyone that has nothing. You know the drill for him. And now we do the outsider. In this case, it's a spell. Usually it's a monster that would actually be in the lane. So it says play, summon 2 root tokens. So I guess we get a little bonus in that there's not an extra root to place. We don't have room for it. Okay, then the portal gains 9 life. So this was already 8, so they have 17. That's a lot of life there. And yeah, it's now the outsider. So if we kill the portal, if we can do 17 damage to it, we win. Although right now things are looking a little bit hairy here. All right, so yeah, this is interesting. I don't really have very much stuff to use. Okay, well first, I think I want to swap this Errant Lord and that Errant Lord, exhaust both of them. Because even though she'll give a -1 attack token to him, he'll still hit her for 3 -1, 2, which is the best I can do at the moment. And then I can try to maybe use Freyhel to finish them off. Oh, I don't want her to be killed by a Spore Star. So let's use her power to heal him. Deal 1 damage to a monster, him. That'll let us draw a card, which is good because we want to spend some mana. And now we have to evenly divide some of these. So kill that troop, kill that troop. Oh, these are permanent, sorry. And that guy's going to be down to 1 attack, which should be enough, although now he's really close to dying. So yeah, they are gone. Now, what's this new card I got? Royal Marksman. Can exhaust, including in the Lightning Bolt phase. Move the Royal Marksman to a free adjacent lane. That's not going to work right now, is it? Then it deals 1 damage to a monster within 1 lane. Well, dang, that's a really awesome ability that I can't use well at all. Well, I can... let's see. She's going to be taunted by him. Oh, wait, she's going to be taunted by him. Ah, ha, ha. So this could be good. Yeah, if I put... Oh no, I guess actually they'll taunt her first. So yeah, if I have the Royal Marksman like here, maybe, then they could like move and shoot one of these guys as their action. Yeah, I think I like that. So that cost me 3, but I'm getting 6, so I need to spend some more. I'd be wasting Clan of the Ice Fish because they don't have enough to heal. Well, let's maybe use my my castle to draw a card for 1 mana. Hopefully something else I can use. Oh, a tower. So towers do use up a lane, but they don't fight, and they don't like block them from attacking your castle. What does this one do? When I play it, I draw a card. Place pillage cards beneath the granary. When there are 10 or more cards beneath the granary, shuffle them into the owner's deck and discard granary. Oh, crud, pillaging. I just forgot that there's like a ton of minions out here, but I can't do much about them yet. I don't know. Should I use Rise again? Waste the healing, but just place a bunch of troops out? Because again, I'm going to actually waste my... Yeah, okay. I'll spend 3. So I'm removing up to 2 damage from any of my allies. That's wasted. But then I summon 2 troop tokens, each with +1 attack. Only place they can go. And yeah, who knows how things are going to go now. Okay, so taunting. Everyone's covered. We're good there. Draw the treachery. +1 attack to rightmost. Them. Okay, and they kill roots. Fine. They kill roots. Fine. The shrub maiden permanently weakens them. But then he hits her for 2. And yeah, if I can find some way to like use Freyhel's healing to kill that person, that'd be great. Okay, the Yetnar minions and the troop kill each other, which does get me a card draw. I want to get as much as I can, and their little attachment goes away. Freyhel hits their portal, which summons a root and hurts my castle bow, and I kind of wish that hadn't happened. Okay, and then the marksman takes a damage, which is good. Again, I want to kind of have ways to heal people, and it kills this last root. All right, so I'm feeling pretty good about like my units, although they are pretty weak. I got another 4 Leothan to get armor. It's not really what I wish I had kept those 2 cards that were like huge attackers. They would have helped me out. Because I need to hit the portal hard. I can't just plink it, which is all I'm able to do right now. All right, I get 6 more mana. They're summoning 1 person this turn, 2 next turn. Pitmouth. Play. If there's no ally beneath Pitmouth, remove the engaged ally from play. That's right, they just swallow my dudes. Actually, this is great. There's just a troop. Okay, so that guy goes under them, but now they can't do it again. Normally their fight ability would let them swallow somebody else, but they've got 1 person in their mouth already. But when they're destroyed, although they're a 2/7, return all cards beneath Pitmouth to the leftmost empty lane. God, 2/7. What the fridge, man? That's okay. That's okay. I want to kill the Shrine Maiden before she can weaken anybody else. So I'm going to have Freyhel heal the Royal Marksman to deal 1 damage. And then, even though it's somewhat wasted, I'm going to have the Clan of the Ice Fish come out, I guess, here. And that costs me 3. And then it says, when I play, I can remove 1 damage from an ally. I don't have any. And 1 from the castle. Yay. And her thing, yep, also triggers when I heal the castle. So that'll do 1 more damage to the Shrine Maiden. And no more negative attack modifiers from her. And I get another card. Come on, big fighter. Altar of Leothan. When I play, it gets 2 life, which is basically uses for the tower. Search the top 6 cards of your deck for an ally and draw it. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. I could go digging for a really powerful ally here. Because I need one, right? I'm just going to, again, be plinking them for like nothing. They'll be summoning roots. It's not great. All right, the Clan of the Ice Fish can tank the Pitmouth for a while, and that'll give them a lot of attack to use, or damage to use Freyhel's ability, so that's awesome. Now, by the way, the Doomvines do say become the outsider for the game, but not that it becomes a monster. So I don't think I can use Freyhel's ability like on the portal itself, sadly. Okay, you know what? What the hey? I need more stuff. I'm going to pay 1 to use the altar. It gets 2 uses, and I'm going to exhaust it and take 1 away. And you can throw cards away from your lane whenever you want. So I get to look at the top 6 cards of my deck for an ally. Now, their Errant Lord is decent. Trappers 3 attack and can weaken enemies. Last of the Pack gets temporary armor. Gosh darn it. All right, I guess Errant Lord is the strongest I can get. Fine. Oh, place the rest at the bottom of my deck in any order, so that's cool. I should be getting to cooler cards now. Okay, now I could throw somebody away to bring out the Errant Lord. Now, if I kill this Errant Lord, that does count as triggering his Mind Fungus, so I don't want to do that. That Errant Lord's still doing 2 damage. I could just ditch the altar. Maybe I should give it 1 more turn to do its thing. But I do have too much mana. All right, you know what? Altar, get the heck out. Oh, wait, I didn't use my castle yet. Let's do that. I will spend 1 mana to draw another card. That way, I'm not wasting mana. Ooh, here we go. 4/4, baby. Can I afford them now? I can't. Now I can't. Gosh darn it. Next round, next round. Okay, and I guess that's it. Let's see what the treachery is. Oh my god, +3 attack to the Pitmouth. Now, the good thing, though, is that that was their strongest, one of their strongest units, a black card. It would have given me +2 mana. But yeah, I'm kind of happy that that is gone. Oh man, but the Pitmouth is going to kill the Clan of the Icefish in one go. That was not the plan. Okay, it's fine. Errant Lord kills the roots. Clan of the Icefish does a single damage to Pitmouth and then gets murdered completely. Wait, did I have? Oh, I do have 4 Lothian. That's a thing. You know, I'm going to do this. I'm going to pay 0 mana because I don't need any troop tokens, and everyone gets +1 armor, which is only going to matter for them. But that does mean they survive, and hey, it also means that I get a chance to use their Freyhel's power to hurt people, which is what I really care about. Okay, Errant Lord hits their portal for 2, so now it's at 6 + 8, 14. Jeez. And they get a root, and my castle's dying. The Ultra doesn't attack. Freyhel hits them for 1, and my castle's dying, and we get a root. This is all great. And then the Royal Marksman hits them for 1, and they get a root, and my castle's down to 9 life. Yeah, I gotta stop hitting them for weak amounts. Because look, they've got 12 life left, and I've got 9. If I just hit them like 9 times, I'll be dead, and they won't. I might just want to throw away some of these weak people. Oh, crud. You know what? I forgot that I had to get pillaged last round, and I'm still getting pillaged this round. I should have pulled some minions out to give like the Royal Marksman somebody to fight. I didn't even think about it. Well. And yep, now it's happening again, but now at least I know what to do, right? So I do go up to 10 mana, and they're at a 2-card turn again. Oh, there's their other black card. Uh-oh, I get +1 mana, which I can't hold. Dang it. Attachment. Reinforce 1, so that'll boost one of their minions, and summon 3 root tokens, and then attach White Ash to the castle. Oh god, at the end of each horde phase, White Ash deals 1 damage to the castle. I was already on a timer, and now I'm really on a timer. Now, good thing is they only get 2 roots. They can't fit all 3. And the Onakai minions will get the reinforcements, and now I'm going to get pillaged 3 times around. I can't even get through the roots. Oh my gosh. Oh no, these people should be... Okay, now there are some things I should be able to do here. So let's first of all use the Altar of Lothian again to draw an ally from the top 6 cards. And then I'm going to throw it away to make space. I got another Spring Watch. Ooh. Yeah, that's definitely the one, right? Yeah, because I gotta get those Spring Watch people out to fight. Oh, the Pitmouth is not as deadly anymore. Do I have anything that heals? No. Okay. So I'm going to have Freyhill heal the Clan of the Icefish and kill the Taunter that would block an attack right here. I'm going to summon a Spring Watch for 5, but then I get 1 back because they're my strongest unit. Yes. My Royal Marksman, I can't move to a free adjacent lane. Why do I have them in the worst possible space? Why is everyone in the worst place here? But yeah, if I can keep on doing big hits like this, it shouldn't matter if I'm hurting my castle as much, I think. So that might be it, I think. Clan of the Icefish is going to die. I have no way to heal them right now. It's okay. All right, so cool. Treachery. Wait, any taunt? No, everyone is taunted up. What is this? Each Alliance player discards 1 attachment from hand. Nope. Haha, you do nothing. Okay, Errant Lord. You will never be mine, Fungus. Clan of the Icefish. Does a little bit of damage and dies. Okay. Errant Lord kills the roots. Spring Watch hits their portal for 4. Now it's down to its actual 8 life that it started at. But that's 1 damage to my castle and 1 root. Man, that's way better. Freyhill kills those roots, and Royal Marksman kills those roots. But then because we haven't dealt with the minions at all, we're losing 3 cards. And all right, we're in a decent spot here. In fact, if I can get the other Spring Watch out... Oh man, do I have that much mana left? Well, whatever. Okay, so my mana goes up to full. I'm summoning a card. Oh, I take a damage. I take another damage from... Oh, and I don't think I took a damage from hitting them. And I'm taking a damage from the White Ash. And there's another Shrub Maiden, a stronger one. But I don't care about her. I want to get my strong peeps in a position of power. In fact, so much so... Yeah, so much so, I'm going to exhaust Freyhel to get her over here. And then I'm going to spend 5 mana getting 1 back to put the Spring Watch out. And I guess I'll spend a mana to draw a card. Oh, geez, who is this? Bear of Star. Heroic 2. After an ally destroys a monster, rebuild 2. That lets you get cards from your discard pile and put them back in your deck, which would let me get my cool cards back. I mean, they're only doing 5. It's fine. I think this will be enough for me to win. So I'm going to stop there. I think. Well, actually, you know what? Here. Whatever. Royal Marksman, go over there. Swap with the Errant Lord. If I don't have as much damage as I think I do, I can hit a little bit harder there. All right, here we go. Treachery card. Just a bonus attack to this root, which is fine. Oh, that's not an attack. So, and taunting. No, everyone's engaged. So, root hurts the Errant Lord this time. Good job, buddy. Freyhel is super dead. Good job, Pitmouth. Oh, but he did get a 3rd damage. Shrine Maiden kills them by reducing their attack to 0 before the fighting even happens. But I don't care because 4 damage to this, and that will summon a root, hit my castle 1, 4 more damage, you're dead, maybe before the effect triggers, I think. So yeah, woo, we won! On difficulty 4, although I did get lucky, like, oh my gosh, I was just thinking, what if this White Ash had come out like 5 turns earlier? I would be super duper dead. So the fact that we didn't draw it until near the end of going through their deck, definitely helpful. All right, so that was a play of the new content for Skytear Horde. And in fact, everything I played with here is just in the Monoliths set, which is standalone. So to play what I just played, you wouldn't need anything from the original set. Although you can still use pretty much all that stuff and it still works great. So yeah, how do I feel about the game years later, it feels like? I think it's pretty great. I like all of the changes a lot. I like that the monsters actually get tougher and have nastier abilities as you increase difficulty, instead of the game just trying to summon more. Because I remember in like the old version of the game when they would just summon ridiculous amounts of people, there eventually wouldn't be room for all of them. It would kind of be a little weird. So now like the room tends to work out correctly, but the monsters are more of a challenge. Like, this guy was just a nightmare. 2/7, give me a break. And I also very much like, as I said, the exhausting to move, the exhausting to pull minions out. That used to all be free, and it made like the tactical picture a lot more basic feeling. Now it feels like things are really challenging. I mean, not as much here because I just had a ton of guys and they had so many routes, so the entire board kind of felt like it was full the entire time anyway. But yeah, in other games I've played, there has been a lot of cool tactical moon and positioning, and it's been a lot of fun. The new decks are all good. I played with all of them except for the yellow one, which is kind of weird. And you can do a lot more deck building now because you used to be able to just kind of use the tiny little card pool. Now, if you have both sets, they've doubled the card pool basically for all colors. So it's way easier. Not that I've done it. I'm not that into deck construction, but I can see the possibilities of building cool combos in the game much more. Now, biggest potential negative for the game, looking at it now, and I'm not sure if this was in my original review, but I don't think it's changed very much. Luck of the draw. Like I just said, when do I get my awesome cards? Or are they the ones that get discarded like my cool ally did? When do the enemy's nastiest cards? Like if I had drawn White Ash the first turn and taken a damage once per round for the entire game, basically good game, restart, shuffle, because I'm never going to win with that kind of a start. So there is a lot of randomness in which cards come out for them and for us. Like, yes, it sucked to have +3 damage that one turn, but it meant that I didn't have a Vine Weaver on the board. And did it suck that I didn't get Herald? Well, you tell me. Look, he gives me 2 mana when I play him, and then every time the fight is triggered, he deals 1 damage to every monster within 1 lane, so he would have just been like weed whacking all of the roots out of the way. Not drawing him kind of sucked. Now, it does mean that there's more variety in the game. I compared this a lot to Ashes Reborn, Red Rain, which I have been loving lately with their renewed content, and with getting more and more expansions for that one. And that one definitely feels way less random, to both a benefit and a detriment, because in this one, like, you're not going to play the exact same cards and combos every game because you won't draw them, and the enemies are super different. Whereas in Ashes, because you pick which 5 cards you start with and your deck feels a lot more controlled, you're going to generally be executing the same combos. So this one feels like more of a random card game, but that kind of gives it more replay in a way. But yeah, this is tons of fun. I'm very happy with the new content. I'm very happy to have more Skytear. It is definitely not leaving my collection, but neither is Ashes. I used to compare them. I forget if it was a Patreon video, but I did like a comparison of the two. And yeah, they're both awesome, and they're both doing their own thing. And their 2-player is very different. This one, you're both playing on the same field. In Ashes, you're each fighting your own enemies and just helping each other out. Both work great. Skytear Horde, awesome game. Really happy with the new content. Really happy with the rules changes. It is random, so just be ready for that. But the randomness can give some long-term longevity and fun to the game. So there you go. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good gaming, and I'll see you at the next stop.